So in 2018, I shit my pants when I heard this company, Arcade1Up, coming out. They're a company that popularized the at-home arcades that are essentially arcades made of cheap materials, cheap controls. You build them yourself like cheap furniture. They're smaller and more affordable, mainly for the home use. Back in 2018, they came out with these stereotypical cookie-cutter arcade designs. They costed $300. They're a lot smaller, you build them yourself, and they give you that arcade feel when playing. Now, before Arcade1Up, there's no other way to get that authentic arcade feel, as plug and plays were mainly your only options, and we all know those are shit. So when Arcade1Up released, I just crapped my pants, and I had to own a ton of them. Now, this is sort of off topic, but you can see I have a list of Arcade1Ups in my phone that I have saved because I want to build my own arcade. I'm in this tiny room. There's only that Pac-Man right there. I can't fit all of these arcades in this one tiny room. And I really liked Arcade1Up because their arcade looked like the real deal, and there's no other home competitors that are doing the same thing, which confuses me so much. I mean, here's AtGames, here's iArcade, here's another company, and then let's compare that to Arcade1Up. It's just day and night. They don't look like the real deal. So now, before Arcade1Up, the only way to play on an arcade was to spend hundreds to thousands of dollars on a real 500-pound arcade. Those things are extremely high maintenance. You need to know all the technical knowledge when they break down, which they will do at least once a week. And for a majority of people like me living in this small room, I just don't have thousands to tens of thousands of dollars to buy 20 different arcade machines. I don't have giant cars, I don't have tools to move around these 500-pound things, and I just don't have the technical knowledge to repair them. If a circuit breaks, if something needs to be soldered, if the monitor's dead, I just don't know how to repair it. So when Arcade1Up came out, it was sort of like a cheap and convenient way to have an arcade at home that resembles the real deal, feels like the real deal, and they're assembled. You don't have to worry about them breaking. They're easy to move. They're like 50 pounds, and they're really easy to modify and add thousands of games onto them. You can replace the controls for real ones, and you can mod your own and change the art and change the actual arcade into a new arcade. But these things are only $300, so when you're spending that little amount of money on an arcade machine, you're basically getting what a $300 mass-produced arcade cabinet gets you. They were impossible to play while standing up because they're so short. There's no light-up marquees, there's no coin doors, and they had this really ugly design where they would just list all the games on the kick plate. And they used, I think, 50-cent joysticks and buttons. They're just the worst controls you ever use. The buttons are so mushy. The joystick, it like clicks and feels like it's snapping. It just sounds horrible. But it's $300. You're basically getting what you're paying with that price point. And hey, it's either that or nothing, so none of us minded. This is a new company at the time too. They were testing these things out. So if this was a success, which it was, people were eating this thing up, they're only gonna get better and better and better as the years go on. And that's what happened from 2018 to 2022. Arcade1Up was heavily involved with the fan base, took as much feedback as they possibly can when improving their cabinet. On top of that, their cabinets were improving at a rapid rate. New titles were coming out like crazy, and that just blew the fan base away. I remember everybody being so excited to see what Arcade1Up is going to innovate and make better on their new releases. I remember the monitors had tons of drama with how washed out and horrible the viewing angles were on them. And Arcade1Up, they listened to our feedback. They were slowly changing them and making them better and adding the better monitors that the community wanted. And then my personal favorite thing is Arcade1Up broke out of that cookie cutter design and they started trying to replicate what the real arcades looked like. And they first did this with Burger Time, and same with Star Wars and other cabinets, and that just excited everybody. A good example is originally they fucked up the Dragon Lair cabinet. They required you to use your phone to keep score, which is such a retarded idea, and they had such bad backlash on this. But they listened to the backlash, and they innovated and they improved, and they released probably one of the best looking cabinets they ever got. You don't need your phone to keep score. It does it by itself. It looks just like the real thing, and it is awesome. And then every month, it was like they were releasing bangers. We got Joust, we got Defender, we got Tron, we got Dig Dug, we got Dragon's Lair, Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3. We got Killer fucking Instinct. We got Tempest, we got Centipede, we got so many fucking cabinets. And they all broke out of this 2018 cookie cutter design and they were trying to replicate the real deal with these things. Now, after COVID, the company just started going downhill. And I mean, they flipped upside down, they were snowballing, it was a disaster. Now, one major problem they started doing early on, which wasn't that big of an issue, but it was pretty annoying. They announced Killer Instinct, everyone went insane, everyone would pre-order it and it would sell out, but then a week later, literally a week later, they announced a better version of the cabinet. They released a Pac-Man 40th anniversary that was a stupid-ass brown color. Everyone pre-ordered it because it was a new machine, it looked more like the real deal, it was out of this cookie-cutter design, and then a week later, they released a yellow version, like the actual thing, not a stupid brown color. They released the yellow one. Now, I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I really love upgrading my cabinets into better ones. It's just the time they were doing it was horrible. Like, they should have been upgrading them yearly, like a new year, new upgrade for the cabinet and some new releases. They were going, hey guys, here's a Pac-Man. 2 weeks later, we got a better Pac-Man. 2 weeks later, we got a better Pac-Man. It was way too much. And this got so bad, people just stopped buying these things entirely. And they were saying, alright guys, we know Arcade1Up. Don't fear into the FOMO. Let's just wait the 6 months and buy a better, bigger looking one when it gets released. And that's what the community started doing. This Pac-Man machine, I got the shit last year. This is the deluxe lineup, and I was so happy when they announced this deluxe Pac-Man. So obviously, I bought it. Look at that. That looks just like the real thing. And then, oh, I'm not kidding you. A week later, they announced the new XL lineup, which is bigger and better than the deluxe one. It's more like playing the real arcade. So, are you kidding me, man? Like, why would they release a deluxe lineup and an XL lineup at the same time? I would have just bought the XL. I wouldn't have bought the deluxe. And this is what I mean. They should have released the deluxe in 2023, and then in 2024 they released the XL lineups. They're just releasing new things way too fast, and it sort of just makes you feel like an idiot as a consumer. Like, yeah, I regret buying this one because I could have just bought the bigger and better one. And this problem of releasing the same thing over and over and over again got so bad, the website was just a fucking mess. You had the 2018 cabinets of Pac-Man, you had the Legacy editions of Pac-Man, you had the Deluxe editions of Pac-Man, you had the XL editions of Pac-Man, you had the Anniversary editions of Pac-Man, you had in between the 2018 and Legacy version of Pac-Man. There's so much random Galaga garbage everywhere. There's like 40 Miss Pac-Man designs, and only recently they finally started cleaning up their website. So I think now there's still some 2018 launch cabinets, but I know there's the Legacy ones, which they sort of look like the real deals, and they have the risers. There's the deluxe ones, and then there's the XL ones, so it's much more clean, which is how it should be. Now, the second thing that really started pissing me off was the Arcade1Up. They just stopped caring about how their cabinets looked the real deal. I love Arcade1Up because they're the only company that's trying to replicate the real thing, and that's what I want. I want a small version that's cheap, that's convenient, that's basically a toy that I can put and fit into my house. Let's take Mortal Kombat 2. For some reason, they just saturated the shit out of the art. It looks nothing like the real deal. Why the fuck would they think this is a good idea? And why do they keep doing this? It looks horrible. This is not what the real Mortal Kombat 2 looks like. The 2018 one had the right artwork. Why does all the other ones have this oversaturated garbage to it? Every Pac-Man Cabaret cabinet they do, they somehow manage just to fuck up the design. First of all, the marquee is not Pac-Man Plus on the cabarets. It's Pac-Man. Second of all, the control panel is always wrong. They add some random art onto the wood that does not make any sense. They even screw up the control panel on my deluxe Pac-Man cabinet. They put the player 1 and 2 buttons on the wrong side. And now this just brings my piss to a rapid-fire overflowing boil. They add this stupid-ass live button that ruins the control panel completely. They try to market themselves as, oh, hey guys, we got this new live feature in our cabinets, online capability. The button doesn't even do anything. I'm not even kidding. You press the live button, which is the point of the thing, to take you to the leaderboards. It doesn't take you to the fucking leaderboards. There's not even a way to exit the games. You have to hold down the player 1 button for like 5 seconds. Why not just press the live button and it will take you to the fucking leaderboard? But no, you press the live button, it doesn't even do anything. It's just a button that exists for no reason at all. I have 5 Arcade1Ups with the stupid button, and it literally does not do anything. The only use for it is if you mod in like a coin door and you use it as a coin acceptance button. And now something that really angers me a lot is them trying to cram 5,000 games into these things. Now, they completely ruined Centipede, a game that needs a vertical monitor. How did they ruin it? They put a horizontal monitor inside. They're like, okay, let's put 50 games that need a horizontal monitor into a cabinet that's designed for a vertical monitor. Making a Centipede cabinet. Put the correct monitor in it, you stupid fucks. Take out the games that need a horizontal monitor, or just shrink them down to fit on the vertical monitor. Centipede wasn't the only game they played this shit on. They ruined Tempest by adding a dumbass ball in the middle of the control panel. Tempest doesn't use a ball, it uses a spinner. But the people designing this game wanted to cram on 1,000,000 games, so they just threw a ball in the middle of the control panel to play those games with. Making a Tempest cabinet, just use the spinner and put spinner games on there. You don't need 50 games on it. And Tempest also has 1,000,000 random buttons on it, so good luck with that. Now get this shit. If you buy a Pac-Man cabinet, what does it come with? It comes with 1,000,000 Pac-Man games. What does it not come with? That's right, it doesn't come with Miss Pac-Man. And if you buy a Miss Pac-Man game, the cabinet that comes with 500 different Pac-Man games, what does it come with? Yeah, it doesn't come with the original Pac-Man. I can't even explain on how many levels of how stupid that is. And there isn't even an online store to download games that are compatible with your machine. Why? Why not just make an online store, you download a game for $1 if it's compatible with your machine, and you're happy. Now you're forced to buy 2 fucking arcade cabinets if you want both Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man, or you're forced to pick and choose one or the other. That doesn't even make any sense. It's like a rule. If you have a Pac-Man cabinet, you include 500 fucking Pac-Man games nobody cares about, but you can't have Miss Pac-Man, the game everybody cares about, on one convenient cabinet. It doesn't even make sense, because they're trying to do this whole multi-cage shit, cramming 40 games onto their cabinets, but they don't put anything people want on them. Dragon's Lair and Tron. That's 3 words that I gotta say. They're some of the most successful experiments they ever done. Each of them only have 2 games each. Those 2 cabinets prove you don't need 400 games thrown into one. All you need is a good cabinet that's executed properly. People will buy it. And look at this shit. They're shrinking the deluxe size cabinets and still charging the same price. NBA Jam is thinner and it has a stupid foot thing at the bottom. And look at Pac-Man Plus. It's thinner and it has this dumbass light at the bottom that nobody asked for. Alright, this is what really started pissing off the A1UP fans. Because as the years went on, I said before, they're slowly upgrading their arcade designs, which is a good thing. I love the XLs, I love the Deluxes, and the community loves them, and we're happy that we get to upgrade our cabinets. The prices went from $300, $500, to $700, and some to almost $900. And there's some right now that are like $700 and $800. First of all, the monitors are horrible, the marquees are horrible, the controls are still 10-cent plastic Chinese knockoff snappy things. The games have frames of input lag and visible lag while playing. $300 2018 Arcade1Up Pac-Man, it runs smoother, it has no lag at all, it has no input lag at all when moving, and my 2023 Deluxe that I spent $500 on, I had to replace the $1 controls for real Wico Leaf controls. The game's monitor looks awful, and there's a huge amount of input lag and gameplay lag when I play on that thing. Pretty much all cabinets released in the past 2 years have very noticeable visual lag and input lag when playing. And for $500, that's just unacceptable. Now before, I've been saying it's good they're upgrading their cabinets, but for the past 2 years, they're only upgrading like 5 cabinets, and they're just releasing those same 5 cabinets with nothing new. We desperately need a Mortal Kombat 1, 3, and 4 in the XL and Deluxe. We need Joust, we need Centipede, we need Super Pac-Man, we need Star Wars, we need Burger Time, Frogger, Dig Dug, Tempest, Defender, Space Invaders, Rampage, Asteroids, Asteroids Deluxe. And I'm probably missing a few, but we need all of those upgraded into the XL and Deluxe form factor, just making them look more like the real deal. And for some reason, Arcade1Up is not doing this, and they're releasing the same thing over and over and over again, which is NBA Jam, Pac-Man, Golden Tee, and probably one other cabinet that I'm forgetting. I think they released like 3 NBA Jams this year. I know they released more Golden Tees this year. And what is up with Miss Pac-Man? Why do they never do Miss Pac-Man right? What is with this weird design? Now, the final nail in the straw for all of us is Arcade1Up just stopped innovating and stopped releasing new things. and they just stopped getting involved with the community. They've done some messed up things to people in the community, which I'm not going to get into, and they haven't released anything new, and they're not releasing anything people care about. It feels like we have 3 new cabinet announcements per year. One of them is always Pac-Man, so now we have 2 cabinets, and another one's always NBA Jam, so now we have like 1 new cabinet per year if we're lucky. I mean, seriously, I speak for the community when I say this. Where the fuck is Burger Time? Where is Frogger? Where's Cubert? Where's Zookeeper? Where's Robotron 2084? Where's an upgraded Asteroids cabinet? Where's an upgraded Asteroids Deluxe cabinet? Where's an upgraded Space Invaders cabinet? Where the hell is Smash TV? Where the shit is House of the Dead? Where's Pac-Man Jr.? Where's Track and Field? Where's Tapper? Where's Pole Position? Where is Galaxian? Where is Berserk? Where's the original Pong cabinet? Where is Missile Command? Where is Paperboy? Where is a cabinet that's shaped in the shell of a Donkey Kong cabinet that we can mod ourselves that lives inside of my wet dreams? I mean, where are all these games that they should be releasing, along with legacy titles that they need to upgrade into deluxe and form factor? I mean, I want a Dig Dug, I want a Centipede, I want these games, but they just won't release them in a deluxe or XL form factor. They just refuse to make a better version of them when people want them. You can tell management changed somewhere, and it changed greatly for the worse, and there's some greedy bastard up there who you can really tell just only cares about money, and it's really a shame. I still love Arcade1Up products, and I'm still going to be buying them off Facebook when I just move out of this small place and I can actually build my own arcade. I just hate Arcade1Up as a company, and I really don't see this company lasting another 5 years with their current state of just, hey, let's piss off the fan base. Now let's release something that everybody has bought 4 times over. And it's truly a shame because it's either this or nothing. There's no other company that's trying to make authentic cabinets. But these are just my thoughts on Arcade1Up, and I really want to know what you guys think, so there's the comments down below. If you like to support the channel, I have a Patreon where you can view upcoming videos early, and subscribing is always free.